Hi, my name is Annabelle Rios, and I first met Dr. Mistry and Dr. Parker in August of 2020. And I initially came to see them due to a severely locked jaw that I suffered like months prior. What happened was I was eating corn on the cob, and I've had TMJ my whole life, so I've had clicking and popping, and this was something that I was used to. I would open my mouth and I would hear a pop or a click, and it would kind of rotate around in there, and it was totally normal. But one night I was eating corn on the cob and I bit down, and my disc came out of place and didn't go back in. It was very locked. So after the initial panic of having food literally stuck in my mouth, I was able to kind of pull it out. And since that incident, I wasn't able to open my mouth, but probably just like that much. Like I couldn't eat anything, and I was in a lot of pain from it because it was just so stuck, and it was just so painful. So I knew that I needed help, but with COVID and the pandemic, it took me a while to actually go and see someone. When I went to my dentist, I finally asked for a referral for somebody to help me, and they really didn't have an idea of like why I needed help so bad. They actually struggled with that initial appointment. I cried because I couldn't open my mouth big enough to get my teeth cleaned. And they were kind of like, well, why are you crying? And, well, we can give you a night guard. And that was like the third dentist that I saw that offered to give me a night guard. The first two actually told me to just go to Walmart or Target and buy one over the counter. And so I declined them having to make me a night guard. And they said, well, we know somebody who specializes in TMJ and we can recommend you, but they're this location, and not sure what your insurance covered. And I was just in so much pain that I was like, give me the referral right now, please. Like I need to go see someone for this. And so once I scheduled the appointment, I was pretty nervous because I kind of thought like, are they going to take it seriously enough? Do they understand how much pain I'm in? And like, I really cannot open my mouth. Like, does this happen to people, on like, do they know what they're going to be able to do? So I scheduled my first appointment, and it was just like a consultation, but they realized that I was like a level 4, like my jaw was completely locked. I wasn't able to open it. I think the first number I got in measurement was like 13 or something, like it really was closed. And then they told me that I needed to do some like physical therapy on it before I could even get an impression for a night guard or a daytime appliance, and to like really get it to loosen up. So they did give me like an aqualizer splint type thing for my mouth, and I left that appointment feeling pretty hopeful that they knew exactly what they were talking about, and they were pretty certain that they could help me get my jaw back to where it needed to go. I had no idea up until that point that the disc wasn't even in the right spot. I just assumed that I tired out the joint and it was just something that needed to be fixed somehow, but I honestly didn't realize why I was having so much pain, and that it was more like serious than I thought it was. I kind of just was like, oh, well, it happened and I'll just live in pain forever, pretty much was kind of my thought on that. But after the first visit, we had a game plan, and what we did was, first of all, I was coming every week to receive like TENS therapy, and then releasing the muscles or whatever in the joint. I'm not really sure like the technical terms for it, but I would go and do that, and then eventually I was able to open my mouth just like a little bit more each time. There was a few times that it felt like it was 2 steps forward and 15 steps back, or like just 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Like it was, there's a few appointments where I would come back and my jaw would be smaller than it was the last time I left. So it was a lot of just like, keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. So I was going once a week, and then finally, once that my jaw was able to kind of relax and open up enough for a nighttime and daytime appliance, then we did those impressions, and I got those pretty quickly. I wore the daytime one every day for, I don't even remember how long I wore it every day for, but I wore it every day, and then I switched to a nighttime one. And once that happened, it did like progress better, quicker. And then we found out that it wasn't really working as well as we thought. So we switched the nighttime appliance, and that actually significantly helped my mouth relax at night. And then we did therapy, and once I was able to kind of stay open longer, then we switched to 2 weeks. And so every 2 weeks I would go and see them until we got to 3 weeks, and then released from treatment. And I honestly never thought that I would be in the position where I am right now, where I can tell you that, one, my jaw doesn't click or pop anymore. It doesn't cause any pain. And two, like I can actually like open my mouth fully, which I didn't ever realize was an issue until you learn about it. But like I brag about it all the time. I'm like, I can open my mouth, like, see, like, it's just so amazing. I honestly thought like I'd have to have surgery or something to get it fixed. I didn't realize that there could be a different option. And I've literally like told everybody about Dr. Mistry and like her facility. Like she really did change my life, because I was in so much pain, and she was the first dentist that I met that actually like took it seriously and understood how it was affecting my everyday life, and how I couldn't eat food, and like I was just miserable. And she was the first dentist to actually get that and respect it and understand and help. And so I definitely would recommend them to anybody who's suffering from TMJ, or even if you think you have like the slightest issue, go see them now, because it can get a lot worse, is what I learned from having it locked. I never realized it could get that bad. And yeah, so I had a great experience with their office, and I just really appreciate all the work that Dr. Mistry did for me, and I'm just so thankful that I met them, and I just would recommend them to anybody. Yeah, so go get your jaws looked at, go get them fixed. Thanks.